Happy St. Patrick's Day. I have a confession for you. I have been sitting on this game for a few weeks now. GMT was kind enough to send me this copy to take a look at, and I plan to do not only proper unboxing, which hopefully is this video, but also some gameplay on this because of its solitaire nature and its gameplay. This is something that I should be able to get to the table a little bit quicker and do something on. But I wanted to save this for St. Patrick's Day. This game is Banish the Snakes. And again, it's published by GMT Games. Let's take a look at the back of the box. It's dealing with, as you see from the title there, St. Patrick in Ireland. So this is not your traditional war game, arguably not a war game at all, but this is more of a kind of historical game, and it deals a little bit with, touching a little bit on religion as well, hence my confession. Banish the Snakes is a cooperative or solitaire game that simulates Ireland in the 3rd century. While the Roman Empire was collapsing in the West and Ireland was turning to the Christian religion, players represent Saints Patrick and others, up to 6 of you, who set out to transform the island. You must work as a team to convert the people of Ireland before the barbarians completely overwhelm Britain. If you fail, the Irish will not be able to save civilization in the following centuries. Yes, the Irish monks were some of the ones that helped save civilization by writing down all the great works and knowledge. There's a whole book on that if you want to look that up. The game board shows a map of Ireland in the, what did I say? The 3rd, it's the 5th century. I got to get my readers on. The game board shows the map of Ireland in the 5th century with 4 provinces, the same as today, but no counties yet. Wooden tiles represent the people, druids, chiefs, and kings, and of course the High King at Tara. It is your job to break into the interrelated influences between these factions and get your new ideas accepted. You will receive unpredictable levels of support from your new converts as you build churches and debate druids throughout the island. A card is drawn each turn, throwing new challenges at your team. The severity of the event is determined by the previous card, and so no 2 games will ever be the same. The cards introduce events and ideas of the time, new saints, and historical figures, like the infamous Kneel of the 9 Hostages. There is a diagram of Great Britain to keep track of the steady decline of Roman civilization in Great Britain. As different parts of Britain succumb to barbarians, more and more difficult challenges are added to the deck. And finally, Britain is completely overwhelmed, cutting off Ireland from the continent and ending the game. If you succeed in your endeavor, Christianity will thrive in Ireland, while paganism overruns Western Europe. The arts, writing, literature, and the history will flourish on the Emerald Isle. Soon, the Irish missionaries will bring their civilizing attributes back to the Great Britain and mainland Europe. As Thomas Cahill says in his book, The Irish Will Save Civilization. But if you fail, literacy and written history will be snuffed out in Ireland, and the Dark Ages will continue for hundreds or more years in Europe. It tells you what your contents are. Ages 14 plus, players 1 to 6, playing times 90 to 120 minutes. Complexity looks relatively low, and solitaire is relatively high because this really is a cooperative game, which, most cooperative games you can play solitaire, and I think this one is ripe for that. So with that, let's get inside the box and see what we have in here. As I said, I had this, and I tell you, it was somewhat of a somewhat of a challenge for me not to just break into this because I was had it for a few weeks now, but I was so close to St. Patrick's Day that I felt, you know what, let's do it on St. Patrick's Day. This time, last year, I was in San Antonio at the Alamo. So if you want to check my Kilroy from the road, you can see where I was at. Now, that really doesn't have much to do with St. Patrick's Day, but there you have it. This does. This has a lot to do with St. Patrick's Day. Nice, thick, good, sturdy GMT box. We have the rule book there. Ooh, nice looking rule book. We got a rule book and a playbook. And then we're getting into some of the boards and counters. So let's take a look at the rule book. Good use of the back. We have some player actions, influence diagram, and a convert attempts. So we've got some charts on the back. I always like that. Looks like the rules are only 15 pages, but you've got some key terms. I like how they have it kind of there with the X there. So you've got some an index here. So it looks like really the rules are only 13 pages. So dual column, color, with some imagery in here as well. So let's look at these 13 pages. You've got your introduction, your game contents. There looks like there's going to be some stickering. I don't like stickers, but you know, with blocks you have to. Here's the different blocks and the different contents. Oh, it looks like we got some little buildings here. We have the game board, the game setup, and here is everything. Looks pretty nice there from that perspective. And then you're going to be playing one of these saints here. You've got the player turn. So it looks like there might be some card play in here. You've got event cards. You've got the diagram, paganism. It's hard to read that. Paganism in Great Britain. So again, this is kind of a somewhat of a religion game. I'll put that in my playlist under religion, but because you're trying to spread Christianity and fighting against the barbarians or the pagans. So here's your actions over here. Talking about some of those. Looks like you're gonna have this little board here on the that you're gonna be tracking stuff. You've got death, not good. You've got game end, you've got results, you've got level of play, so maybe you can ratchet it up or down. You've got solitaire play, and there you have it. So really doesn't look that complex. You know, 13 pages, you can probably get right into it. We have a playbook here for Banish the Snakes. It's historical background and example of play, so gotta love that. So this is going to give you some background on some of the different saints. There's Patrick and the situation that they were facing. Kind of use that old script there for the titles. Notable action cards. So these are some of there's King Arthur, Kneel of the Nine Hostages. So you're gonna have some different cards coming in here. Talks a little bit about them. Here's the popes. And then you got an example of play on page 12. You got an example of play. It probably takes you through a couple of turns maybe. That's always nice to kind of get you up and going in the game. And then you have this influence diagram here again as well. So that's a nice little book there. Then you have these. These are probably your player boards. Nice. Good. I mean, not super thick, but thicker than normal paper type stock here. These are your different saints. So this is where you're going to keep track of your zeal, your action points, and your convert attempt slider here. So you have some modifiers. And imagine you put your saint there, the card of your saint. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these because you can play up to 6 players. Oh, and then they have this on the, that's interesting. So you can place an active saint card here, but then you have this as well. So I wonder what the difference is between the two boards. Anyway, they look different, so something I'll have to read up on there. So these have some more imagery on this side here. Anyway, So you got those. Those are kind of your player boards, I imagine. Here are the sticker sheets. Ooh, there's a lot of stickers. Ooh, I don't like a lot of stickers, but, you know, so be it. You got people, leaders, druids. So those are your stickers. Then you've got spares, dolmens. You got here grave and relics, people and people, more people. Got some other special ones over here too. So these are your stickers for the blocks. We got the board. We'll pop that out here in a second. Ooh, there's all your wood bits. Look at that. We got all kinds of stuff. We got a chess piece there. We got a bishop. How appropriate, right? Big bishop. Got some cards. Got some disc. A lot of good wood bits here. These are some of the blocks that you'll probably be stickering. Some more of the blocks. And some more of your wood bit blocks. A lot of colors there. A lot of colors. And look at that dice. Look at that die, I should say. Shamrock on it. Then we got the cards here. Let's take a look at these cards. So this looks like it's probably a card-based game with the events. But it's something I just gotta... I haven't kept up on this as much as I had wanted to. Typical GMT cards. A little stiff. Not super thick, but not thin. You know, decent quality cards. They kind of, GMT sometimes stick a little bit when you first get them. And then, nice artwork on there. Evocative of the period. Pix attack. So they're coming from the north. Follow Rome. So these are your event cards. Yeah, event cards. Arthur, King of the Britons. Invasion. So you got all kinds of stuff going on here. Druid ceremony, divine intervention, gifts of the Holy Spirit. These are some of the saints you can play. There's Patrick himself. All right, so there's some of the cards. Got some more cards here. See what those are all about. Is this worth the wait? Well, for me it was. You didn't even know. See, this is some different cards here. That's Gift of the Spirit. Let's see what these cards are. These look like the saints here too, so maybe there's a separate set for the saints. Okay, let's see if did those have a different back? Nope, they were event cards. So maybe they're event cards that activate the saint or deal with do something with the saint. Gift of the Spirit. Looks like we got some player aid cards there. These are different gifts here. Yeah, all the art is very Middle Ages. Player actions. So this is your player, probably 6 of these, yes. So this is your, these are your player actions that you can do on a turn. Draw and resolve an event card, then you take actions. Prepare, convert, attempt, move, build a new church, improve a church, give or take a card, make a relic, final effort, and then pass the turn marker. So that's what you can do on your turn. Then you have this influence diagram. I'm assuming that's going to come into play. Figuring out how all that works. Interesting. So there you have that. There's your cards. Now let's take a look at that map. Let's see what we have. Nice mounted map. And, okay. And I might have to pop up a little bit here and see what this looks like. I got to go up even higher for this one. Puffing up a little bit, but that will come down in due course here. So you have the Emerald Isle there. It's got some holding boxes. I imagine this is where those blocks will go. Here's the King at Munster. Here's the High King. So you got some holding areas here. Then you've got a bunch of stuff over here. This looks like this is the all of England. So you got at start, and it goes on down to game end. So this might be the deterioration of England. I'm not sure, or how the pagans were coming in, or the barbarians. You've got some holding piles. You got a draw pile, discard pile, current card, key card, Scotland cards, Strathclyde cards, and England cards. So, board looks nice. It looks, man, it's very green, right? No, I like it. I need to figure out what this game's about. It doesn't look that hard. It looks like you got blocks and cards, and it looks interesting. The topic to me is very interesting. I don't know of anything else that quite covers this topic. Definitely don't know anything that covers it this way. So anyway, that is what you get in a box of Banish the Snakes. Get a lot of blocks, cards, wooden bits, big pawn, big bishop, disc, a die, some stickers to put on the box. I don't want to mess those up. You got your player boards here. Put that there. You get a playbook. You get a rule book, and it's just all going downhill from there. And then of course you get the lid of the box there. Banish the Snakes. Ooh, I don't want to bend that. Banish the Snakes from GMT Games. Really looking forward to getting into this one here. I couldn't think of a better day to do the unboxing. Now I need to get to the table and do some gameplay, maybe an after-action report, maybe some in-play gameplay if I get some time. But love to know what you think about this. This has been out long enough now that some of you might have gotten this to the table. What do you think about it? Like it? Find it interesting? It looks different. And what do you think about that? Love to know any of those thoughts. But if you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day today, however you might celebrate that, hope you have a safe one and get home safe and don't do anything stupid. Anyway, have a good one, y'all, and be careful. Take care. Thanks for watching.